I was okay.
Now you can. Now.
I don't mind saying it for the record that when I came in here, um, I was feeling woolly and I have a little bit of a cold. But I talked about this field for 2 minutes, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So this is another sign of passion for the field. You know, when somebody is keen and somebody is interested, they are going to. It doesn't matter what's happening to them; they will be there. They will be, uh, you know, a little segue. My son is a chef, Shobha, in case you're interested to know. And um, last week, was it this week? This week, I woke up on Monday morning and I had a message from him saying that I've sliced the tip off my thumb.
Oh.
Ah.
Followed by some very gory pictures.
Oh no.
Yes. And as a mother, you feel the pain, and I called him up. There's a time difference. He's working in the Middle East, and I called him up, and he was like, "Oh, what happened, Mom?" I said, "What happened, son? That looks terrible." He said, "Yeah. It was okay. I just went and I got it dressed, and I had to finish my shift, and I did. And Mom, I made this, and I did this." And I go, "Is your finger okay?" Yeah. It takes a very special individual to be a culinary artist.
Shobha, I also told Andrea that my daughter is also a certified pastry chef, and then she goes to the university to study math and physics.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah.
So let that passion, we have to, as parents, as experts, we have to really nurture that. They will find their path.
The thing is, for a 15-year-old, everything is like every day it's a different passion. Every day, one day it's this, next day it's something else, and then they go back to what they like. So just trying to find out what will fit in and what he'll be able to enjoy, and then also take it up further in his life.
Absolutely.
The key is information. Having information about various industries, knowing what it takes, and being able to explore. He's in 10th grade. This is the ideal time for him to explore various fields, And we do have very many people who come into our culinary program. We also have a PG program, a diploma program. We have pathways to masters in, international programs. And we do have children who, go on to other undergraduate programs and then decide that, no, I think this is what I love to do. So it is never too late to switch ships. I think there are very many people who even in midlife, come into the program, and it doesn't discriminate against age or gender or whatever. The idea is I'm passionate about this. I want to learn more about this, and go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still keen to see Darsh. Is he here?
Darsh is little shy child.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And he's seasoned.
At least text us and say whether he's interested in the culinary arts or in hospitality.
Yeah. Darsh, would you like to just put it in the chat? Or are you exploring both? You have some specific interest? And in the meantime, Umaa, I think let's start. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
People will come in. Those who
Sure.
are
I thought maybe if you wanted to wait for another 2 minutes and 4:45, just
all right.
see if you have Darsh on a chat, maybe.
All right.
And the session is being recorded, so they can always dip into it a little later, whatever they've missed.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So Maybe just a minute more and then we begin.
I'm in no hurry.
So Shobha, would Rohan join us? Ruhan, sorry.
Ruhan's got a tuition, so he wanted to join, but because he has a math exam tomorrow, he can't miss his tuition. So he's excused himself. Actually, he logged in from his computer. Then his master walked in. So I'm afraid he won't be joining. Only I will be joining. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he asked me to attend and let him know what everything is, and then he'll talk to me about it.
Okay, nice.
His PA3 is starting from tomorrow, and math is his first exam.
All the best for his exams.
Thank you.
Okay, so Harmeet, like you said, maybe let's just begin.
Right.
Right?
Yes, Umaa.
So, good evening and a very warm welcome to participants, our hospitality expert for today, Ms. Andrea Mata, and our expert career counselor, Ms. Harmeet. So the word hospitality, actually, that reminds me of this quote by an American poet, Maya Angelou. She said, people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that's an inspiration from the hospitality world. So to begin, the session will flow as such. There will be a brief 3-minute introduction of Fermata, the organization, which will be followed by introducing Ms. Andrea, our subject matter expert for the day. And that will be just before her session, which will be about for 25 minutes, and we wrap up with a 15 minutes Q&A round, where your questions would be answered by Ms. Andrea and Ms. Harmeet. The key takeaways from today's session would be information about the hospitality industry as a career path and the career opportunities in the sector, the aptitudes and personality traits of a hotelier, career opportunities that are offered by ISH, and what can you look for in the hospitality industry. So as your host for the day, let me begin by introducing what I do. My name is Umaa Arun, and I enjoy creating transformational impact through coaching. I coach in career, in entrepreneurship, and business. And I'm also the co-founder in Fermata. So what is Fermata all about? So at Fermata, we are a team of career counselors, psychologists, educators, coaches, corporate trainers with a team experience of 150 plus years. The two decisions that we believe can change the career course before the age of 30 is choosing the right stream of education and making the right career choice. And these are some confusion that we often hear from students and our working professionals, like, I don't know what subjects to choose. I am not enjoying my job. I really want to study humanities, but my parents want me to pursue engineering. I actually don't know what careers beyond engineering and all. So today you're going to find about one such career. And what do parents really worry about? Oh, my child is not focused. My child is not able to cope up with stress, not able to take peer pressure. He has poor academic score. He is confused about what subject choices. He spends a lot of time on gadgets, like all parents keep getting worried about. So how do we step in here? So research data says that 85% of young adults fail in their career decisions due to the following reasons, and which are unclear purpose, they're mistaking IQ for EQ, low self-awareness, there is a fixed mindset, there is low self-esteem, there's poor self-image, or they're over-obsessed with making money. And one of the most important is not being aware of the career opportunities which are suitable to one's personality. So at Fermata, we guide and we mentor to overcome all these challenges that we just spoke about. We actually design the career path for 13 to 30 years old. And this is how we design the career path. We use scientific tools to assess behavior, competences, and traits. We have a career gym, which maps mentors their progress. We actually build skills in career planning, in entrepreneurship, leadership, and life skills, which are certified by WHO. We do a lot of coaching work in entrepreneurship, leadership, and personal growth. So this is a combination of the services that we offer to our clients. So this is the role of Team Fermata. Our team starts with the step 1 of subject selection. We help them to prepare for the university. That's the university readiness program, help in the applications, and Career Gym, which is our signature program, actually sails them through to the path that they desire. And this is the process that we just spoke about: career assessments, counseling, coaching, university readiness, where we help to build the profile, set goals, and the Career Gym, like I said, our signature program, helps in academic excellence and personal happiness. And we have impacted 12,000 plus individuals right now. Career Gym is our trademark. We're very proud of that. We already have 5 operational career counseling centers. We have done 10,000 plus hours of one-on-one career counseling and coaching. And we also have a readers club. We do a lot of summer programs in entrepreneurship and stuff, which have actually got some amazing appreciative feedback. And like I said, we have a robust team. Some of our clients. And this is the benefit. These are the takeaways for the educational institution and for the learner. So for the learner, there is career clarity, university readiness, and career progression. You can contact us. These are the details. So that's a bit about what Fermata is all about. And like I said, let's move on to introduce Andrea. So Andrea considers herself a mentor with a demonstrated history of imparting education and paving career paths for young citizens, as she likes to call them. An energetic talent cultivator, she assists in discovering the calling. She loves to use the analogy of herself being the firefly in the lighthouse for all ages. She joins us with significant experience both in the hospitality industry and as a guidance counselor. Her present portfolio includes carrying the message of ISH across various verticals in South of India. She connects with students and partners to introduce hospitality education. She's an avid traveler, advocate of green earth, sustainability, and animal welfare, with more than 10 plus years of experience in what she loves to do. So that's a brief about Andrea. Over to you, Andrea, for your session. We're not able to hear you, Andrea. Could you be a little more loud or closer to the mic, please?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, getting better, thanks.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Andrea.
Yes, we can, yes.
All right. I'm sharing my screen, but the presentation that I have ready is literally about ISH, and I don't want to focus too much on ISH. So we're going to have this as the background today, but you're going to see me and I'm going to be talking about hospitality. So what is hospitality, right? Umaa gave us this beautiful quote at the start of our program today. It's not, it's how we make people feel. And I want to bring to the fore another saying that we have in South India, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, but we say Atithi Devu Bhava. Atithi Devu Bhava?
Yeah, Atithi Devu Bhava, you're right, correct.
Yes. The guest is our God. You understand? The guest is our God. And this has deep significance because a guest is bringing us blessings. You understand, be it in the way of experience, be it in the way of connection, or in the end of as a livelihood. But this is very, very deeply ingrained into our culture here, So this trait needs to be brought to the fore. So what is hospitality, right? Hospitality is very, very closely linked to hotel management. All right. Hotel management is a course, it is a degree course where you will go out and you will learn how to run a hotel. You will learn what it means to take reservations, how to serve people in a restaurant, how to manage a hotel. But hospitality management focuses more on customer centricity that is linked. I can take reservations, or I can, clean a room, or I can serve a meal. But at the end of the day, the focus in hospitality management comes with customer centricity. There are several pillars in hospitality management. The first being customer centricity. You know, the customer is somebody, is the thing that we focus on over here. How do I connect with a customer? How do I hold on to a customer? And how do I increase my customer base? This is something that is very important, and it doesn't matter which field you are in. We are all selling something. It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be an experience. And I will come back to various verticals, and I will show you that, be it in banking and finance, for example, there is a product, right? It could be a financial product. There is an experience and there is a service. And we are looking at individuals who are going to take this trait. These are the people who are going to go out and make the brand, make the customer feel like king. This could be in any number of industries. In fact, even in education, when you go and talk to a customer, the reason, the importance is, how do I come across? What is my language skills? What is my body language? What words do I use to communicate? Do I hold people's attention? And it's not only my personal ability, but at the end of the day, what is the product that I'm offering? So customer centricity, the excellence in service, is one of the main pillars in hospitality. And this is something that is taught in all hospitality programs. Customer centricity, putting the customer at the heart of everything that is being done. The second thing about a hospitality management program is it is management, and it is a business administration program. So we have to understand very, very carefully what business models are. Business models are, how do I manage finance? How do I manage revenue? Okay, how do I make a profit? And there are offshoots to this program through a data analysis and the use of technology. These are all modules that we teach and that you have to learn in this program. Another thing that you must learn in a hospitality program is research. In sales and marketing, this is not an easy job. You're going to have to delve very deeply into demographics, into looking at markets, right? And how do you interpret markets? What is the strategy you use to connect with the market and to make sure that your product, your service, your experience is at the core? I'm going to talk a little bit about the culinary program now. And please don't laugh, but whenever students come and tell me, I want to follow a career in the culinary arts, I always ask them with a very straight face, do you have a streak of insanity running through you? Okay. You have to be a little bit insane to be a chef, okay, to work in an industrial kitchen, because you are going to be working in a hot, hazardous environment. There's sharp implements, you're putting your hands into ovens, you're wielding knives, and you're going to be on your feet for 10, 12 hours in a day. Isn't that insane? But at the end of the day, this particular field gives enormous amounts of purpose and pleasure and fulfillment, because I believe that food is a basic need, right? If we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food is a basic need. And when we are providing food, and when people take pleasure in our offerings, the fulfillment that comes from there is enormous, right? And in the culinary field, as the hospitality management field, you will be able to, um, with the skills that you learn on the shop floor. We call the shop floor the hotel as it is. In the kitchen and on the shop floor, you are going to learn many, many skills. You're going to learn customer centricity. You're going to learn business models. You're going to learn data analysis. You're going to learn how to, look at the setup of a kitchen. You're going to learn sustainability. And these skills can be carried across a number of fields. So, for example, children who with a hospitality degree would like to work in aviation. All right. So when we're looking at aviation, what are the, what is that field about? You're looking at you're looking at a customer, right? Tomorrow, if you want to travel between here and another country, what are you looking? It's not only the price of the ticket, you will look at the service you get on the flight. You're going to look at the comfort you have on the flight. There are certain brand marks that, you will be focusing on, right? So, and the other thing is that you will see today I'm buying a ticket, it is 8,000. Tomorrow, if I buy it after 6 weeks, it will be 6,000. Why this fluctuation in rate? This comes because you need to understand supply and demand, right? I'm going to take a little segue over here and talk to you once again. I'm going to be switching between culinary arts and the hospitality. I hope this is okay for the people who are listening, because the two of them work together. Both of them together provide a product, provide a service, and provide an experience. Okay, we will see many people who have great culinary skills, but when they create a business, they really don't succeed, right? Because there is so much more to the culinary arts. I need to understand, food costs. I need to understand you're dealing with perishable objects over here. So I need to be able to understand what is a food cost, the shelf life of my food, right? I need to be able to understand how to manage a team of people and to make the place where I serve my food a comfortable and for it to have a great atmosphere, right? This is the hospitality program. This is the culinary program. And when you learn these two programs at undergraduate level, you are then able to go across into various sectors and apply these same skills. So as I talked about aviation, we talk about the same thing in banking and finance. In banking and finance, you have a product. When there are many people today, the private banks like HDFC, Axis Bank, ICICI, they're all vying. They will put a relationship manager. There will be somebody who brings the brand to you, and that person's personality and that person's ability to connect with you is how successful this product is going to be, right? We talk about event management. This is something that I also delved into. In event management, we're focusing on brand building, dealing, I'm sorry, not brand building, we're dealing with large numbers of people. We're looking at safety, we're looking at liability, right? And when we look at event management, the first thing that comes to people's minds is weddings and parties and, but more than that, look at the Dubai Expo, look at the IPL, look at the World Cup today. Do you understand the army of people who work in these fields to create a successful event? Do you understand, right? The same goes for the culinary arts. Having these skills, people then can then go on to work in television and media. If I ask people today, who is the most, famous culinary artist that you know, people will come to Sanjay Kapoor, Vineet Bhatia, people like that. Why? Because they have harnessed media to spread their popularity. So television and media, food blogging, food photography, okay, research and development in the food industry with companies such as Nestle and PepsiCo, the ITC company. They're all producing and researching food and packaging. These are people who have a career and who have knowledge in the culinary field, right? Moving on, let's talk a little bit about what are the personalities and traits that we require to be in this field, right? I told you chefs need to be a little bit insane. Okay, but it's more than that. It's more than that. At the heart of every hotelier is passion. It is a pursuit of excellence. You will see these children and you will see these individuals who will always talk about the best. Oh, I went to this restaurant and they had the best pastries. Or I went to, you know, I've bought this pair of shoes. Oh, they're the most comfortable. They talk in that way. There's a pursuit. There is a deep um, preoccupation with excellence. It's not competitive in nature, but it is a pursuit of performance. I want to perform well. I'm very confident. I have excellent people skills. It doesn't mean that shy people don't get along in this field. Shy people do, but they have a calmness. They have this ability to connect, to have empathy, to be able to put themselves in the place of the customer and to meet the customer's needs, right? To be chefs, as I said, you need to be able to have passion. This is not a career for the faint-hearted. They work very hard. They work very hard and they work long hours. They're dealing with hazardous environments, but it doesn't matter to them. Because at the end of the day, when they see people enjoying their food, when they see people indulging and appreciating them, that for them is the most important thing, right? So are there any questions so far? I'm just going to take a pause because I have talked about what hospitality is. I've talked about what the culinary arts are. I haven't switched screens so far, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about the programs that are available in the market today and what to look for when you are choosing to follow this path, right? Any questions so far?
Anyone?
No? No, then I will.
Prabha, anybody? Would you have a question, Shobha? No, okay.
All right, let's proceed then. Let's proceed. Now, the next thing about this industry, when we talk about hospitality or the culinary, the brand is very important. And not only the brand that you are working in, but your personal brand, right? Who you are, who you know, and who knows you. It is very, very important that when you go into this field, right from the very beginning, your market needs to know you and you need to know the market, right? This we call networking, right? And belonging to an institution or a group of institutions or a set of alumni that is going to promote you and be your partner through your career is very, very important, all right? When Umaa spoke earlier about me, I began my career in the Oberoi and I was very fortunate because from working in the Oberoi, I moved on to luxury brand management. I worked with a diamond merchant to launch a particular brand of diamond jewelry into the market. And then later on, I worked with event management. This gave me a lot of flexibility, a lot of agility to move within verticals. And in each field, I was able to focus, to bring to the fore and to utilize certain skills that I learned in the shop floor. Once again, what are they? Customer centricity, the knowledge of business modules, and the ability to read markets and demographics, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Indian School of Hospitality now, very, very briefly. I'm going to go very quickly through this particular a presentation, because you will see in this that we are a college. There are many colleges out there like Jain and Ashoka and Jindals that have been created by philanthropists, right? We are an institute that has been created by industry for the industry. The reason being that there are a lot of management programs out there, but leaders in the industry, people who are on our advisory board, have realized that youngsters are coming into the market today and they don't have the particular skills and knowledge that they require to actually enter into the field. And one reason why people say, oh, I wanted to join this hotel, but I wanted to join this job, and the salaries are so low. The reason being that the institution is going to spend a lot of money in training you further. If you just come into the field with only theory-based knowledge, without having the ability to practice it and to apply it in the field, you're only half-baked. So this particular institution has been created to be able to bring young people, to give them the very practical hands-on skills so that when they enter into the industry, they can hit the ground running. The institution that they work with is not going to have to expend time and money to train them further. They are going to come into the program with the skills they require, right? So this is the Indian School of Hospitality. You can see here we work in alliance with La Roche, and we work in partnership with École du Casse. La Roche is a QS ranked hospitality management college in Switzerland, and École du Casse is a culinary academy in Paris, right? Both these programs work closely together with us to offer a dual degree program so that any student who passes out of Indian School of Hospitality will get a dual degree. The importance of this dual degree is that it gives the student a truly international exposure. Today, we want to be recognized in India, but we also want to be recognized as we go out into the world. And the second benefit of this association is the articulation facilities. A student can begin their program at the Indian School of Hospitality and then move on to Paris or to Switzerland, to Cornwall, where we have a college, or to Marbella in Spain, and finish their degree there and be recognized very clearly through a dual degree program. Okay. SOME education is available in South Africa, Switzerland, Spain, the UK, France, Thailand, and now in India. Okay, we are available in 8 countries. We have 18 campuses with more than 10,000 students and 60,000 alumni. This alumni is the network that you are going to belong to. This is the people who are going to recognize you as having the skills and the connections required to be great at your job. Okay, I'm just going to take a minute to give you a very, very quick video. This video will show you how similar in design and infrastructure our college is to École du Casse and La Roche. How do we do this? We, again, you remember, I'm coming back to what is important. What do you look for when you are choosing a career path? Yes, we do offer this at Indian School of Hospitality, but there you can look for it in other programs as well. First of all, you want to look at a very different way. Hospitality is a field that you cannot learn from a textbook. You have to be passionate. We need to identify that spark, that passion, the way your eyes light up when you are in a situation where you are dealing with customers. And this is inculcated through application. You have to be hands on, and you have to be taught by people who are not only academicians in their own right, but who have actually been on the shop floor. They are teaching from experience, they're teaching from very real experiences that they have gone through. Okay. As I said, you have to learn from people who have been there and done that. You want to learn. Excellence is something that is innate. And when you are going to learn, you have to be in an excellent environment. This is something that is going to be um, uh, very ingrained in you. You can see our campus. These pictures are a little bit small, but you saw the video earlier. It's a beautiful campus. It has the look and feel of a five-star hotel. And people who are interested in this field revel in their atmosphere. Today, when we are in schools, we invest a lot of money to make the environment colorful and interactive and kinesthetically, application based. So also when you are looking for a program, you want to have a program that is beautiful, that has the infrastructure, that is going to create that streak of excellence in a student. You go into an environment which is shabby and shoddy, that is going to wear off on you. So when you go into an environment, you're going to look for excellence. There are many students, sorry, on this. There are many students who, when they look at our program, and I know that they are somebody because they say, oh, I saw the campus and it's really beautiful and I want to study there. I said, is that it? But that is a very telling trait that these are people who pursue excellence. They will not be happy in, a place that does not suit their personality. Right? I'm going to skip that video because we saw very much what the campus looks like. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the 4-year degree program in hospitality management. And we talked about customer centricity. We talked about business models. We talked about research. And I'm going to show you over here how over 4 years we reach that promise. We prepare the students in a very particular way. The first year, which is this is a 4-year undergraduate program, and this is something that's very important for people to know, that many children want to go overseas to study their masters, and also due to the new NEP policy, to do your masters you need 16 years of education. Currently, students are doing 12+3. Right? So what we have done is to make our program even more industrially attuned, is we have 2 6-month paid internships at the beginning of the 2nd year and at the beginning of the 4th year. So how do we do this? In the 1st year, you are going to be learning on the shop floor. We call this hands-on, minds-on, where you are learning from the best on the shop floor. If you want to be somebody who is a leader, the best way to learn whether somebody else is doing a good job or not is to have learned it yourself, right? So the 1st year, hands-on, minds-on, learning on the shop floor. You begin the 2nd year with an operational internship. This is usually conducted in a 5-star luxury hotel, various partner hotels in India, and this is paid. Okay, and we will organize this for you. This is to ensure that when you go into the market, are your skills, are your talents meeting industrial levels already? All right. Am I market ready? Do I have the skills? Do I have the knowledge so that I can go into the market and be a great service provider? this internship is going to put you on the right path. When you come back into semester 3 and 4, you are now going to start learning business models. You're going to focus on finance, you're going to focus on fundamentals of economics, HR, information technology, you're learning marketing, sales, you're going to focus on mindset and very importantly, a focus on technology, right? In the fourth semester, in the fourth year, beginning with semester 7, you're going to have a second paid internship. We are now taking you to a supervisory level, right? In this semester 3, you are working operationally. You're actually doing. But now in semester 4, you are supervising. I need to know what it takes to be a good supervisor, a good leader, entering into the managerial levels, assistant manager and managerial levels, right? And during this time, most of our students will opt to go overseas. This is also the time when they can opt to articulate our campuses in Paris or in Marbella in Spain, or in Crans-Montana in Switzerland, right? They will follow in the 8th semester with a market specialization, and they can go into entrepreneurship or into finance or into a general specialization, and they will also do a capstone project. Now, what is a capstone project? A capstone project is a very real industrial problem. So, for example, some of our culinary students may want to work with a food company like Nestle. And Nestle will say, look, we have this product which is on the shelves, but it's not doing very well. And you need to go out there, do the surveys, do the research, look at the product placement, look at the demographics, and you are going to come to the crux of the problem and say, you know, this product is not doing well because placement, pricing, you know, who is it being offered to, who is it being sold to? You will come and then you will offer a solution. This is what a capstone project is. And this is going to give you so much of industrial exposure. And right through this all, you are connecting with industrial leaders, you're connecting with people in the industry, and you're building that very solid network of who knows you and who you know, right? I talked about the articulation. I'm not going to focus very much on this. We can come back at the end, and if you want to know about, you know, studying in India and studying overseas and the benefits of that, we can take that up in the program. The culinary program is very similar. Throughout the 4 years, we are looking at skills. We are looking at techniques for you to be a great chef, to be someone who cooks beautifully and who produces great food. But more than this, you want to be able to understand HR, you want to understand marketing fundamentals, you want to understand kitchen design and engineering. You need to have a knowledge of food photography and entrepreneurship and research methodology. The same structure here comes with 2 paid internships, one at the beginning of the 2nd year and one at the beginning of the 4th year. These are paid internships, and students go out and make their mark in the field, right? I'm going to just show you a little video over here about some industry leaders and what they have to say about the program.
I want to go back to school again. The moment you enter the college, you actually feel you're actually in a hotel where one would aspire, or one as a student would really aspire to actually work in a facility like this, maybe a hotel or a restaurant. I think this is state-of-the-art cutting edge technology.
But I'm so glad I came here because it's been an eye-opener. I've never seen anything like this. And who knows, I may come in for a short course.
So when I came here, when I saw this floor and when I saw the kitchen, I was really, really surprised. There are no culinary kind of a colleges, culinary-centric colleges in India. So I was really surprised and very happy to see that, because this type of way you are going, it's really international. I'm really, really happy.
I think the kitchens are very, very well equipped. It's almost like a hotel setup kitchen. Very impressed with the equipments and the infrastructure here. I think it's a very immersive program with international Swiss hotel standards. It also involves students to do a lot of research, and there are various cuisines that you're teaching, and of course with world-class kitchens. So when these students come to the hotels, they don't find it difficult to adapt to our equipment. I think that's a great bridge that you have built in this institute.
So ISH is a very well-made campus, at least of what I've seen. The kitchens are well designed and well equipped. I was happy to, talk to them about the Chef's Manifesto, about the UN, about the Sustainable Development Goals. How can we as chefs contribute to, a healthier environment? And they were listening, they were interested, they had questions. So I think the future is in good hands, and these chefs are going to make a difference.
All right, this is another little video that was about.
I want to go back to school again.
Hospitality. I'm all about the culinary program. I'm going to take you to the hospitality management.
I want to go back to school again. The moment you enter.
Right. That slide, that video comes a little bit lower. This is our academic team. You will see there are a lot of doctors over here. These are people who are not only academics in their own right, but they are people who have been working and who have wonderful experience in many iconic brands around the world. They come with with 10 and 15, 20 years experience on the shop floor. This is our advisory board. Okay, you see Ragini Chopra here, who's the Senior Vice President of Interglobe Expresses. You have Ajay Bakaya, who's the Managing Director of Sarova Hotels. You have Mr. Rajiv Kaul, okay, who is the President of the Leela Palace Hotels and Resorts. And these are people, if you remember what I called up, what I spoke about earlier, that we're an institution by the industry for the industry. This program has been particularly designed so that when children come out from this program, they hit the ground running, that they are equipped with the specific traits and knowledge and skills for customer centricity, for revenue management, for data analysis, which is not otherwise taught, right? Here's the video.
In one word, I was impressed.
Awestruck would be the right word.
Feels fabulous. It's an amazing campus.
It's come to life in a way I could not have imagined.
It's a wonderful experience for youngsters to be able to have this facility.
And walking around, I was blown away.
I would say it's comparable with anything anywhere else in the world.
And so this is like a breath of fresh air.
I think ISH is one of the top institutes in the country today.
I think ISH is by far the best hospitality institute.
What makes any school ultimately are the students.
But the most impressive thing with the actual students, I was like, these kids are really switched on, and the caliber already.
I haven't seen a college so well planned. I haven't seen faculty so well engaged. I haven't seen a curriculum which is already telling students to start engaging with digital mediums.
I can see the passion not just there in the faculty, but I could see it in the commissary, in the kitchen. I could see it with the students.
And I think that is where the difference between ISH and any other hospitality education college is.
I wish I could have an ISH when I was growing up.
I think this is just the beginning.
I think you've already got something amazing going, and it can only get better from here.
We talked about the various verticals. I'll come back to this. But another very, very important element that one needs to look at when we are looking at an all-encompassing education is a deep exposure to entrepreneurship. Today's world is very, very different from the one that we grew up in, where you had to go into regimented streams. Today, anyone with an idea has the liberty and the tools to make a living for themselves, an excellent living for themselves. But I'm going to ask you, what does a young person need to be an entrepreneur? Obviously, an idea. And we all know, I think Umaa, Harmeet and myself, we've worked very closely, and children are bubbling with ideas. They're coming out with ideas. I think we see this when they take shortcuts, I will give you the example of my younger son, is when he would do math problems, he figured out a way to skip a couple of steps, and he said, but you can do it this way very easily. Why do you want to do it this way? I'm sorry, but they are bubbling with ideas. Young people, before they go out into the world and they have responsibility and this and that, they're bubbling with ideas. This is where a lot of talent is being neglected at college levels, because students have a lot of ideas, but they don't have resources. So we have at ISH, and this is something to look for in a program, the program that encourages and enables entrepreneurship, to have people put their money where their mouth is when a student comes up with an idea. So we have something called a startup incubator. By the time the student comes to the second and third year, they're going to be doing various business models, and they're going to have ideas, and so what does a student need to be an entrepreneur? The first thing that they're going to need is mentorship. To have someone with experience talk to them and say, son, you have this brilliant idea, but it's already being applied in this way over here, or perhaps we can take it as a degree more, to give them the benefit of experience, to help them think things through, to look at or round pictures. So mentorship is very important. They're going to need investment. So angel investments, people who will look at them once they have a finished product and say, yes, I'm ready to fund you. They're going to need protection. Okay, ideas can very quickly be stolen or taken away from somebody who is young and naive. So they want not only protection at a liability level, but they need protection so that their ideas can be considered their own, is the way of copywriting, right? So this startup incubator, is something that is very, very important, and something to look for when you consider a program in hospitality or in the culinary arts. And all of our students, will to a certain level become entrepreneurs in their own fields. We have one student who created a health drink, and he's been able to market it through Paperboat, right? We looked at some culinary students who were very interested in farm to table. So we took some land, ISH is in the outskirts of Gurgaon, okay, a little bit far away from the city, but there's a lot of open land over there. They were able to grow some products and look at farm to table, look at sustainability, look at growing, rare and exotic plants, and seeing the best way to package and to distribute. So these are things that they're already doing. They're already being encouraged to be entrepreneurs. Okay. Integration with the industry is absolutely important and relevant, right? Children who are coming out at the end of undergraduate levels and who need to work for a couple of years before they go on to do their master's and their MBA, the first thing people ask them is, what experience do you have? What exposure do you have to your to the industry? Right here, right through our entire 4-year program. In the first year, they have conferences, they have keynote speakers, there are career-oriented student committees, and there is a direct exposure to industry. In the second year, you are working in a 5-star luxury hotel. You are aware of what trends are. You're aware of whether your skills meet industrial levels. In the third year, there is a student business project, which very often makes them into entrepreneurs, what I was talking about. And in the fourth year, you have your business internship. So that exposure to industry, that ability to keep connecting, to keep talking to leaders, to have this mentorship, to be identified as having a particular talent is very important, right? And these are the brands, and you can see at the bottom of the field, JW Marriott, St. Regis, Fairmont, Trident, the Ritz-Carlton, Brookfield, Make My Trip. These are just some of the partners, and this list grows every day. Okay, I'm going to skip the selection process because that is not very important, but this is something that everyone needs to know about. the program that we are offering isn't for the elite, it is for the exceptional. So we have a generous endowment fund. We do not offer scholarships because we only take 100 students a year. These are very carefully and very selectively, looked at, because we are looking for that person with passion. Three things that we look for is headset, heart set, and mindset, right? Headset is, do I have the academic intelligence? This is a vigorous, very intense course, right? And you need to be on the ball. This is not always academic smarts, but you need to be someone who thinks differently, right? Who is able to see and solve problems, who is academically agile, right? The sportsmen, the dancers, the musicians, these are the people who are going to do well in this field because they think differently, right? We look at heart set, which is passion. Children who are passionate, you can hear it in their voices, you can see it in their eyes when they are interested in it, because they're already bubbling with ideas. And these are the people we are looking at. And mindset is always that openness to diversity, to be able to change tracks quickly, to see a problem and to work your way around it. So headset, heart set, and mindset. And when we see these exceptional students, we are more than happy, if they are unable to afford it, to extend a helping hand, right? This brings me, there was just one more video that I wanted to share. I hope this is the one. Yeah.
In one word, I
think
was
you saw that
impressed.
video,
Awestruck
right?
would be the right.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
All right. Which brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope I haven't gone too long. Harmeet, may I stop sharing, please?
Yeah, please.
Right. I tend to go on. I tend to ramble. Okay. So I hope I've hit, the check marks of what we said we would discuss. What is hospitality? What is culinary? What makes a great student? What do you need to look for in a program if you are interested in doing this? I have used the example of ISH because I work with ISH, and I am very happy to represent them. I really truly believe that they are offering a great product, and I am their brand ambassador. So if I didn't speak about them, I would be remiss. But now let's open up for some questions and answers.
That was an awesome presentation. Definitely. Like someone said, I wish there was an ISH in my time.
It's not too late. It's not too late, Sorry.
Yeah. Well, why not? Shobha, do you have a question for Auntie? You're on mute, Shobha. You're on mute.
All right, I've done that. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry, I'm taking the call in my car because my phone died of charging, so I didn't want to miss anything. My only question is, I understood about the BBA, but to get into BBA, is there any specific course that you're suggesting, or can my child just take up anything like a CEC program, or he's interested in international board as well? So are there any specific subjects that you would suggest?
Right. When a child comes to us, we take them with a clean slate. All right. And this is something that I like to tell people, that we look at education as a pyramid. Right now, they're in 10th and to 11th and 12th grade, which is the base of their academic, it's the base. And whatever they study, whether it is physics and biology and chemistry or humanities or language or whatever it is, these are ways of training your brain to think, right?
Yes.
Whatever, if you're a scientist, you think your brain is taught to process information in a particular way. If you study in humanities, or if you are studying in a commerce field, your brain is taught to think and interpret information in a particular way, and that is the base. So it is very good to have a good mix, because at this stage, like you said, your son, he's not sure and he changes his mind. So being able to be trained scientifically as well as in a humanitarian way, following the humanities is very important, right? There are certain fields like medicine where you have to have certain subjects, right?
Correct.
But this is a field where you come to us with a clean slate. And I always advise children against specializing too early, right?
Okay.
Next step, when you come to an undergraduate level, this is the next platform in your pyramid. And you need to have a wide enough variety of subjects and disciplines that you are learning, so that I'm not only preparing for my first job, I'm preparing for a 45-year career. Today, many people will they're coming out in their 20s and they're going to work well into their 60s.
Absolutely, yes.
45-year career span. And you need to have skills and knowledge that is going to carry you through this period. When you come out of your undergraduate program, having multiple skills and multiple knowledge and that ability to research and to switch tracks, that is very important. Next, you come to your master's level, and at master's, there are many people. I have done, a dual master's program, right? I did it initially in English literature, and I went into hospitality, and then I came and did it again in psychology, and I, began teaching. But this ability to continue learning and to refine what you become expert at, as you go further and further up till you are at the peak where you are the professional, you are the ultimate authority in that particular field. So specializing too early, I strongly advise it, right? Okay. The undergraduate program is for you to explore. We are guidance counselors. We know that there are very few kids who are so focused in what they want to do. Okay, this will be one in maybe 100 students. The rest of them have no clue.
Absolutely, yes.
No clue. And they need to go through this development process in high school. And I must say that our Indian students, because we are so protective, because our family structure is intrinsically protective, it's changing a little bit, but as families, we are incredibly protective of our children. We want to impose on them our ideas and our experience, right? And our children take a little bit more time to establish their independence and their autonomy, right? Yes. So this period, it doesn't happen at high school level. It happens at undergraduate level when most of them are away from home and they're for the first time, where they truly come to terms with who they are and what they want, So that undergraduate period needs to be a time of exploration and a good mix and blend of subjects that they learn.
Good, very good, very good. Thank you for that.
So, Andrea, I have
Please, Harmeet, go on. You had a question.
Yeah, I have two questions. One extension of what Shobha asked. So, is math as a subject an essential requirement?
Yes, I had the doubt too.
I do believe that math is a very, very important subject. All right. There are many students who will not take math beyond grade 10. So I do not advise these students to go into finance.
Right. But for your courses, your college.
So at grade, I do advise children as far as possible. It's not a prerequisite. English is a prerequisite because in this field, communication skills are most important, right?
Right.
Business and financial planning is a large portion, is a very big element of this field. So having strong foundation in math, but it is not a prerequisite. English is a prerequisite, right? Communication skills is a prerequisite. So not necessarily maths, but I highly recommend that students take math at least until grade 10.
Okay. And second question, because being a university counselor, we have to guide students on summer programs. So do you have, does your institution also offer any summer programs which for the
Very
students?
much so, very much so. I am very, very firm that these, of course, we have three programs called Experience ISH. We have one coming up in December, in January, sorry, from the 10th to the 14th of January. It's 5 days where they come onto our campus and they live as ISH students. You know, they are immersed in modules, they do lots of activities, they're there in the kitchen, they're meeting industrial leaders, competitions, projects, a little bit of sightseeing. This is so important because it gives them the idea that, is this field for me or not? Does it suit my personality? And if it does, you're meeting friends for life. The people who come onto our, you know, your networking begins that I want to be in this field. I like this field. I've met with somebody. I'm bubbling with ideas. There's, as soon as I come in there, I've done this project. I have met this person. I've met an Anaita Doni. I've met Vicky Dalmia. I've met, you know, Chef Zubin. He's the dean of our culinary program. His story is so inspirational, you know, and he connects with these students on an extraordinary level. So being here, okay, this tells them. So in January, we try to target students from grade 9 and 11, because I know students from grade 10 and 12, they are preparing for exams. They need to focus on that. We also have a summer experience program that happens in April and May, right? At the end of April.
April and May, you said, right? Okay.
How do we register for that?
Very, very simply visit our website. You know, you will look at Experience ISH. Okay. For that,
Shobha, we will also, Umaa will connect you with Andrea for this.
Okay.
And as and when they launch the summer program, Andrea can share the details with you.
Fantastic, fantastic.
What
the voice is gone. I can't hear.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, this is fine.
Yes.
I think through her meet not able to hear me?
Now we are able to hear.
Okay. So Harmeet and Umaa will share my contact details. Please call me, drop me an email, visit our website, okay, www.ish.edu.in. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, okay. It has so much, because our children, in the way of entrepreneurs, they're constantly uploading videos of what they're doing and what their days are like and who they met and ideas about, this was how my day was and this is the project that I did. They're constantly creating a brand for themselves, right? Using social media as a platform to create their own branding.
Great.
Right.
Wonderful. So Darsh also had messaged when you asked Andrea in the beginning, he's interested in hospitality management. And Ms. Prabha is an educator representing a school. So I think we will share your details. We had many registrations. We don't know. Sunday people got in the movie watching mode and they have forgotten about
it.
What class is Darsh in? Can you tell me?
Darsh is again in grade 10.
Grade 10, right. And from what
summer program, I think would be better.
The summer program will be better for them. And if you don't mind me asking, what school does Ms. Prabha represent?
Ms. Prabha, would you like to?
Ms. Prabha, are you there?
Yeah, I think she represents a school in Vellore. Yeah. Umaa can get the right details from her later because she's the registered participant.
Yeah, we can do that. Harmeet, would you like to just put up the last tier of contact for Fermata if it isn't too much of a hassle just for...
I think you're not able to type it, right?
Yes, I've been trying to, but there is some technical glitch here that I couldn't put the contact details on the chat.
Some technology is playing games with us.
Yeah, so maybe a screenshot of that can be taken by the participants so that they can get in touch and we can get them connected to Andrea.
Yeah.
Would be lovely.
We can do that.
Yeah, we got that. It's in the chat box. So if Shobha, Darshan, Prabha, you guys can actually make a note of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just putting my details in.
Wonderful. Yes, Andrea, that would be great.
Yes.
I'm only able to send a direct message. 1 second. Let me see.
Andrea, we keep losing you. I think there is, yeah.
Okay. I'm only able to send to Harmeet a direct message, but you can share it, Harmeet.
Okay, I will then copy paste and send it. So there's some issue, I think. Actually, we using Zoom after a long time.
We're so used to the Google Meet and the Microsoft.
Google Meet and Microsoft.
But that was a very pretty campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well presented and a lot of information. So I'm really, really thankful, and thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Harmeet, and thank you, Umaa, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, because this has at least given me a beautiful insight into what goes into the program and how it's going to benefit. I am tuned to it now, so I can go home and talk to my son, and then I have taken a lot of the screenshots of the the messages that you've put in. So the programs that you put in. So I've taken the screenshot. So I'll show it to Ruhan. Hopefully he will also be enticed into taking this up. So we'll see. At least the next year he can take up whatever subjects he likes, and then he can start preparing himself to go into this line. And the workshop is also a great idea.
The workshop.
So before we sign off, I would just like to give a minute to Harmeet to, ask her as a career counselor expert that she's here. What do you think about the process of career planning in designing the career pathway for both students and parents? Do you have some kind of advice for them?
Okay, so I think it's about working on your ask, attitude, skills, and knowledge. And being a continuous learner, because Andrea would agree with me, and Umaa, you being a career coach, you know that we are preparing this generation for the careers that will not exist. And food industry itself is evolving. There's a lot of robotics that's going to come up with the hospitality sector as well, right? So these students have to be really prepared. So a continuous learning approach, that is important there. Andrea, would you like to add?
The hospitality industry and the culinary program has been the leader in innovation. We had something called COVID a couple of years ago. And it turned everything on its head. And the hospitality industry was the first to be hit. Travel, tourism, accommodation, food was the first to be hit. And they were able, and this is just the agility that you have within the field, that yes, everything is ended, but they were able to take stock, and create systems and procedures so that work continues. Management, everyone is staying at home. You can't go to a restaurant. What do we have? Cloud kitchens, delivery facilities. Aviation industry you can't stop aviation, but we put practices and things into place. So it's a very agile field, right? So innovating, being able to cope with problems, it's changing. It is changing so quickly. And I'll tell you, I am that old that when I first joined hotels, reservations were taken on a telex machine.
He says it all. He says it all.
Yeah.
I blinked. And, you know, we were taking reservations. We had to have a sales office in every city, and that communication had to be excellent. So we knew who was coming in, who they were, how long they were coming for, if you wanted to take a booking, right? And it came on a telex machine. And I blinked. And today you have online booking systems. I can look at a hotel in wherever, no, the end of the world, and I can make an online booking. You know, through online travel agents, I can book my own ticket. I don't need a travel agent. So while there are people whose jobs have been lost, there have also been a variety of new positions that have been created. It's changing all the time, and I need to have an agility to be able to change with it.
So true. Absolutely. Well said, both Hermeet and Andrea. And we had a lovely session. Just wish all our other participants could have actually taken value out of it directly live. But yes, definitely, this goes on. And what I'm taking back here is your headset, heart set, mindset, and definitely there is an agility which is needed. There is a lot of speed, a lot of uncertainty, all that is going, but that's also making us think on our feet. That's also, bringing back, it's something like, cars have become automatic, but we still have to learn on manual. So, whatever it is, it's a great combination of experience and flexibility and adaptability that's actually been going on. And it's amazing. Today's children are in a beautiful space, though this speed is really high. The competition is absolutely high, but yeah, we are integrating number of philosophies, right, from our culture and the cultures all across the world. And so sometimes I really get very envious of the generation of today, but but I'm also in a beautiful space where, like Andrea said, I'd like to sort of just join in that same voice of being that firefly and being that lighthouse. And if I'm on that side at this with this generation who is fabulous, literally fabulous, and I love working with them. They make us stay young. And Andrea, you're still very young, so don't bother about that. So it's actually really beautiful and lovely. So all the best to everybody, and great having you, Andrea, on board. Thank you so much, Hermeet, for being here. Thank you, Shobha, for actually taking out that kind of time for us. Thank you, Darsh. Thank you, Prabha. Thank you, Indrajit. So hope to see you all soon sometime.
Yes, absolutely.